What's this for?
Here's the footing for the staircase. For the footing, and then after that, we'll start doing our retaining wall for the staircase coming up to the porch. Yeah, this is just the footing. The staircase is gonna have a lot of rock, so it's gonna be real heavy. So we gotta put a footing because of all the rock we're gonna put on the staircase. Right now, so it's going on top of this one. One.
Now I should have been like, bring it 15 minutes. So yeah, we're always so slow, Juan, that I put an hour, 45-minute separation on the truck. So I called them and I said, oh crap, you guys are going fast. So I called them, yeah, send it now. So it'll probably about 25, 30 minutes. We got one more truck coming. We'll be able to finish that and that, and probably we can put in the hole on top of that pipe. Yeah, I guess that's their scaffold. There's one ladder.
Yeah.
There's one there on the rocks. I just see it now.
Okay.
Yep. And then I may have one more here. And you can put some boards between it. You know, it's kind of a cheap scaffold.
Okay. Right there. That's good. All right. That's good. Vamos a allá.
Just finishing up the last of this retaining wall. We ran out of concrete before we finished it the last time we poured, so yeah, just finishing that up.
Yeah.
Say next week on Texas Crew Dogs.
Next week's on. I can't catch my breath.
All we're doing there, we had a little extra concrete, so when you buy concrete by the truckload, you get 10 yards per truck. And the extra concrete, we just put it over some of our electrical conduit because it's a little shallow there. It'll only be maybe 12 inches underneath the concrete. So just in case in the future, 20 years from now, somebody's digging and they don't know the electrical conduit's there, they're gonna run in the concrete. Sometimes code requires it. Sometimes the code will say, hey, when the conduit is buried 24 inches, you can just do a top coat. Some places you do different types of sand. You'll run a ribbon that says, hey, you know, danger. That way when you're digging, you'll see it. Some places just bury the conduit in concrete. Out here where we're at, there's no inspection, so we just go off the Texas code, you know, with building code. And so anything less than, I think it's 12 or 18 inches, you put concrete on it. So a little shallow right there, put a little concrete on it, and that way we have a long-term safety net on that.
Levántalo porque te vean, güey.
¿Cuánto tienes allá? 3 cuartos. 13 días, un cuarto le vamos a poner.
No, esto es muy grande, ¿no?
No.
13, 8, 3 cuartos, a 13, 9, 3 cuartos es allá. Aquí tengo 13, 8 media. ¿Estás levantando la vida más grande?
No, ¿cuánto tienes tú?
13, 8, 3 cuartos y 13, 9, 3 cuartos allá. ¿Por mediala?
Serían entonces.
What I consider right now, right as we speak.
Ahora, que si le trato de poner aquí en nivel.
Kind of their final coat right here. So they've done 2 coats now. They did the scratch coat. Now this is like the final smooth coat. And they went through yesterday. I don't know if you saw them, but they had a screen and they put the sand and the cement mixed together and they filtered it out so it's a fine coat to get a nice smooth wall. And that's what they did. And they'll finish up shaping this, and then they're going to come along with the elastomeric. We either use Drive It or as a product called STO, and it's kind of a coating that goes on it mixed with sand, and it's kind of stretchy, so that if there's any cracks, which stucco is concrete, it's cement, it cracks, and so it'll cover all that up, and it helps it make it look real nice. But we got expansion joints and all that everywhere, so it's like, you know, kind of like going around. kind of a coffee table type area, and then you'll have the fireplace and then the granite. So we want to make this just more of a conversing area, and then that way you can flow outside and have the kids out playing in the pool. When it's not 102 out, you'll be able to keep the doors open, which then kind of flows right on into the wet bar. Think about a grand party. Everybody just kind of intermixing through here. And up top, you've got the kitchen, of course. We've got the little mini living area that kind of flows right into the kitchen because everybody gets together in the kitchen, at least in the parties I go to, and because where the food's at, right? The whole thing's just designed to flow together right through here, and then you got the media room. We're gonna have.
I will tell you, our new concrete guys are bad.
They are for real.
Don't tell them too loud how badass they are.
No, they're good. We got class act. You know, these guys are good too. Alex, this crew's good.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just look at this. Look at that finish.
Hey,
That's the best concrete I've seen.
We're gonna pour this on Monday at 1, the steps, and then Friday, so 4 days later, we're gonna pour that. And I got everything lined up, pumps, and but 8:30 a.m. we're gonna pour.
Well, yeah, that's a whole lot better than.
Yes, 1 o'clock and getting cooked. I know. And you have more time to get all the concrete prepped up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah, so we'll need a couple guys, you know. But I got 20 yards for this and 40 yards for the driveway, and then get all this stuff out of the way. It'll really help open the side up, and then we can work on this little area here, this pad.
Are you gonna run a wall up here to hide that propane? Okay.
Yeah, so this is, we'll make this all flat. And this natural stone, if you dig about 8 inches to a foot in, it's flat. It comes up at this angle, and then it just goes flat. We're gonna set the limestone on top of that rock. Put a rock coating on it as well. So you'll have a rock, and then in the inside, you know, it'll just be your
Big Michael.
You're looking like us now, just showing up whenever you want to.
Some of it's general cleanup. Obviously, what's happening here? Got Pablo and Robert, Juan, and the boys over here. We poured the base for the steps. Now we're going to build a wall, which will be holding back some dirt for the driveway. Then we got a wall over there. It's going to be eventually a pad for the propane fuel system. And then included in this later on in this process, we're going to have steps coming down from up top. So we're going to get this prepared. We're going to pour this and the driveway next Monday.
¿Quién cree que cuando cerré el pinche portón así me pasó por arriba y tenía un ganchito la mugre ahí en las dos pinches botas, se chingaron.
Hey Robert, what's up, man? Next episode on Crew Dogs. There you go, I got it now. Not out of breath today.
I'm sorry, I know how TV fix, brother.
Oh no, man, I'm filming you.
Right on, man. How's it going?
That'll work, no? Got one chip on there? You want me to bring them? Or that? Yeah. That way you have to be nailing and then just...
What's going on, Video Mike? I'm gonna say 52 grand. Because my time is not that valuable. It's valuable, but not 52 grand valuable. That OSB, if you just want to make a stack of it, because the guy's going to bring the OSB in, they're going to haul it upstairs. Right. So yeah, don't take it out. They're going to do some structural work up top.
So it's that stairwell.
Yeah, yeah.
I want you, what number are you on?
On 5.
Okay, yeah, turn it like to 4.
Okay.
Alright, let me try that real quick. At the show and burger home. Hey, and catch me if I fall, okay?
Yeah, same.
Alright. Just don't let me go that way. Oh, I'm not gonna catch you, Mike.
The harder work's done. I've got the holes drilled for the this upstairs bathroom. So here's where the toilet goes. So I've got the toilet, the shower, and the sink will go over here. So I'm going to run the sink out the wall. I'm going to run the drain down the wall, and I'll run the air vent up through here. And I have to watch out because I have a steel I-beam above it, so I have to route the air vent up around the window, between the window and the steel beam. I've got to connect up the drain from the sink to the toilet to the shower. I'll put another air vent on the side of the shower and run that air vent up through here and tie it up. And I got to put a P-trap underneath the shower so that the air, so it doesn't smell, you know. Oh man. Justin just photobombed me, of course. So this is the easy side of the house. So I only have one bathroom on this side of the house to do. On the other side, I've got 2 bathrooms, and which drops down through the master. So I'm doing the easiest side first. On the plans, the bathroom was laid out just right, and I took all the measurements beforehand. But mentally, I'm planning. I laid all my pipes out on my scaffolding down below, and you can see where I kind of got mentally where the pipes are kind of laid out. And so, you know, the way you're supposed to do it is you kind of dry fit them all the pipes, and then you take them all apart, and then you glue as you go. So this house is a tricky house because it's 4 floors, right? So most plumbing in most houses are in the foundation, so it's all under concrete and whatnot. And then a lot of the plumbing goes up to the attic. Well, each floor structure here, like you notice, this has got a ceiling with a ceiling joist, so there's no floor structure above it. But the regular floors on these have I-joist, and so you have to watch out for structural penetration between the I-joist. I think next house that I do, I'm going to do a truss, and it has holes where you can run the pipes through them. It's quite challenging to route the plumbing around the I-joist. So we ended up adding ductwork, like little pony walls for the boxes that come down and over, and that's to run the ductwork. But I'm also running plumbing through it, plumbing and electrical through it, so that I can get without having to cut the structural members that are holding the floor up. And so, yeah, this one happens to be really easy because I have a ductwork chase right down into the kitchen, and I'll be able to get all my plumbing hidden in there. So, and I really hate cutting structural walls, so it's bad for business. Glad you can make it, dude. Yeah. I got 3 guys over here now. Okay. Yay, Joe and Colt for showing up, getting it done. And we'll be working over here, and you're gonna have the concrete guys patrol them and get them over there and get working here. Oh, cool. Let me get this one.
Got to get this backhoe unstuck real quick, and then just knocking down these trees and pulling them out, cutting them up, and getting them off to the side so that we can lay out. That's pretty much it.
So this is a trick my father taught me. So when you put the plumbing together, you make marks. so you know exactly where the plumbing will line up. So once you take everything apart, it never goes back together the way you had it. So you get all these plumbing marks and you put it together, it'll line up. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm lining all the marks up. So hopefully this will work out. Otherwise it's gonna be cutting this whole thing out.
Valió verga.
What's up, Mike? You doing alright? Yeah, we're gonna do, yeah, it's gonna be the railing. We're gonna put the metal cables. You know, we could either do like the, 1-inch bar. You know, the square tubing that they do? Mm-hmm. Or we're gonna do like the little 3/8 cables, 5/16, whatever. You know, fancy ones. I wanna do glass, or I was trying to talk them into glass, but that's just pricey.
Man, we got action today. We got Robert and Juan and their crew on the steps, and Justin's working on railing and beautiful things. You're the finish touch. All of the railings and the granite holder.
Yeah, I got that.
But we got more general cleanup. We got a crew of sheetrockers in there getting it this morning, and we got a tree crew finishing up on the Sanchez so we can get over there and start making our towers to run our string lines. So it's got a lot of movement, but it's very exciting. Got lots of things going on.
Finish the tile shower and that's the bedroom, the wall. Once I finish that, then I'm gonna go in here and do the grout. Clean the shower all up, grout it. Coming along pretty good.
Nice and new. Remember,
Well, no, we're just clearing this this land right here, and then next is surveying. We got to get the points marked out, and then we start moving dirt around pretty much, getting it the site level and ready to start on the foundation. They use their GPS and they mark points, property lines and building points, corners and stuff like that. And then from there we paint it all out and then put up batter boards and start the foundation that way. That's mine, I think.
Is it?
Yep, that looks familiar.
Trying to finish up some of this plumbing. It's all this hard plumbing takes time, and so what I got here is a sink, got the toilet set, you're standing in the shower, and the air vent for the shower runs right up through here, and so I'm piping the air vent over to the main air vent from the sink, and this air vent also takes care of the toilet. So I've got one air vent's going to run up and run to the center of the house, and so this air vent will eventually tie into the air vent over the kitchen. And so I'm trying to get one side of the house completely done, so I feel like I've done something. And so I've knocked out the laundry room, and then I got to start down in the basement and work my way up the entire wall. And I've got 3 bathrooms over there to do. So I got to make those it's like an upside down tree root. What I've got to do, because I got each bathroom I've got to do a shower, sink, and toilet and air vents. And so, yeah, to say the least, it's a little bit of work. All this hard plumbing, everything's got to be measured, cut, and glued together. Whereas the next phase of this is the PEX plumbing, and that's all flexible. And that goes pretty fast, so hopefully it does. But I think I've got like, I don't know, 30 cutoffs, you know, like faucets and toilet valves, and like right here I've got to mount a water valve right here, and so they run the piping up, and each one's an individual run. That way when you flush the toilet and the pressure changes, you don't get scalded in the sink because it's an individual run back to a mana block. But it's pretty cool because the mana blocks are all short runs, because I have 2 mana blocks in this house set up separately. So that I have shorter runs to and from, to hopefully keep with less water waste and stuff. But that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to make it, hopefully it'll fit. Let's find out. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it so there'll be a beam somewhere here in the corner, and there'll be a beam right here, a little piece of angle iron. We're gonna jack both sides, so it's gonna be 4x4, 4x4 steel, up, I-beam. We're gonna jack it up for structural support, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a rock column around it, make it an arch, and an arch right here. And so the bar, you know, will be
Cool.
it'll look totally badass, right?
Yeah, it'll be like enclosed and a little arc on each side.
So it'll be an arch. So you have the entryway to the bar, which is also the entry to the whiskey closet. Well, I'm the brandy closet. Yeah, and then right here you have the serving deal right here, which will look really cool. But luckily it's right here, and as luck as
Oh, you can see it separating.
yeah, it's starting to set. I mean, it's holding too much weight. But even then, on the real plans, they had I-joist. And those I-joists, they didn't call for any additional structural.
Held that.
So the I-joists come across.
Damn.
And
But that's if the wall is sitting on the concrete.
Jack it up. You're talking about putting a 4x4 beam, lift it, put the 4x4 beam on the plate.
We'll do some. So we're gonna come in here with a couple posts of wood on each side of it, and we're gonna.
That's how you jack it up.
We'll get a 10,000-pound jack, and we'll crank on it, and we'll lift, and then we'll push. We'll get the 4x4 post. We'll have Justin next measure it this time.
Perfect.
And we're gonna get it just right. I know. And then we'll take the weight off it, and because if you just put the post in there, it'll continue to sag. I'm sorry for making fun of you.
It's okay. No sweat off my back.
Gee, you'd be crying.
So Mike, what Boone and I are going over here is we're calculating all the height elevations of the house, because the house has got 4 stair step down, and the string line that is initially set, that would be a 0 entry for the garage, like a 0 height garage, 1 foot above ground level. And this string line right here represents what the house would look like if we didn't have any stair steps down. So you can see right here the house is 16 feet out of the ground and 22 feet out of the ground over there. But we're going to stair step it down, and we're calculating, we're kind of going backwards. We're figuring out where the ground level is here, calculating the pool heights, working ourselves backwards. We're going to set the foundation height here and see how much we got to cut back there to get the house height under control. And so this is like calculation day. And once we figure that out, we'll mark on the ground where the pool goes, and then we can excavate down for the pool basin. Because just like before, we're going to build the infinity edge basin first. We're going to pour this section right here, and then with the steel sticking out, so we'll be prepared for the pool walls. And then what's left over, we'll have the steel sticking out, and we'll do the pool foundation itself. And that pool foundation will also be part of the existing wine room, because the wine room is going to be underground as well. And this area right here will be under patio, under cover, and they're going to put a poker room and a big old wine gallery. So it'll be pretty sweet.